Let's help you get accepted to INSEAD's Executive MBA program. Hi, I'm Brett Etheridge, founder of Dominate Test Prep, and a lot of my students who enroll in our Executive Assessment course or GMAT Exam course do so to prepare for INSEAD's Executive MBA Admissions Test, otherwise known as the INSEAD Assessment. So if you're going to be taking that exam, the question becomes, how do you prepare for it? Can you study for the executive assessment or the GMAT to prepare for it? And the answer is yes, and I'm going to show you exactly how with some great study tips at the end of this video, so stick around for that, but let's go ahead and dive in.
Let's start with a 30,000-foot overview of applying to INSEAD in case you're new to the process, but even if not, we'll get into the nitty-gritty here in a moment in terms of exactly what you're in store for and some prep tips for you. But sort of big picture, the INSEAD Global Executive MBA does have a mandatory testing requirement. So you are going to have to take a standardized test of some sort to get accepted. And you have three choices. The first is to take INSEAD's own assessment, and that's largely what we're talking about here in this video. You could alternatively, however, choose to take the GMAT Executive Assessment, I often refer to it as the EA, or the GMAT exam. There's one key difference among these three that I want to point out at the outset because it may influence which exam you decide to take. And that is that if you're going to take the INSEAD assessment, you actually have to apply before sitting for the exam. You have to be pre-approved based on your application and invited to take the exam. By contrast, if you decide to take the executive assessment or the GMAT exam, you'll actually sit for those first, get your score, and include those scores with your application for consideration as part of the application process. So a subtle but important difference. Let's take a closer look at the INSEAD assessment. There are two components of it. The first is the written component. This is the multiple choice portion of the assessment. There are 4 sections, each 30 minutes long, and each contains 15 questions. After completing that part of the assessment, you will then proceed to the oral component, where you will prepare, deliver, and discuss a business case study. So you'll prep for that, then you'll deliver that case study, and then there's a brief interview as well. It's sort of the tail end of the application process where they get to know you a little bit better. Let's talk more about the written component in the rest of this video. The 4 sections of the INSEAD assessment. Section number 1, it's called communication analysis. Communication analysis. It tests your ability to understand a passage and answer questions about that passage. Think reading comprehension like you've probably done elsewhere in your academic career or on other standardized tests. The passages will be between 300 and 400 words, accompanied by 5 questions. You do not need and should not even consider any outside information. Just rely on the text itself to answer the questions. So the question becomes, is that tested on the other 2 exams? In other words, will preparing for the executive assessment or the GMAT help you prepare for the INSEAD assessment? And the answer is yes. There is reading comprehension on the EA, and there's reading comprehension on the GMAT, and it's very similar to what you will see in terms of reading comprehension on the INSEAD assessment. Here's a quick look at what a sample question could look like. And by the way, you can press pause. You can try this question if you want. I've taken the liberty of recording solution videos for each of the sample questions I'm going to show you in this video. I'll post a link below where you can opt in to get those solution videos. And even if you think that these questions are pretty easy, and I didn't pick the hardest questions, by the way, these questions are straight from the practice material that INSEAD provides on their website to help you prepare for the INSEAD assessment. So, it's publicly available questions. But nevertheless, even if these seem easy for you, I teach you some cool things and some tricks and some strategies and really just sort of teach you how to approach these questions in my solution videos. So it may be worth taking a look at those. But this is what a sample question looks like. You'll see the passage itself and then a series of questions. Here's just one question. The primary purpose of the passage is to ... and you answer the question accordingly. Again, not going to go through it here, but I just want you to have a sense of what you are in store for. The second section of the INSEAD assessment is called critical Thinking. Critical thinking evaluates your ability to engage in practical reasoning. The critical thinking section demands that you manage components of a logic problem, logical arguments, and either deliver a definitive answer or determine its solvability. Formal logic is not needed according to INSEAD, and yet, if you actually look at the practice questions, very similar to what you see on the executive assessment and the GMAT exam, you do have to understand the parts of a logical argument, how to find assumptions, how to strengthen and weaken arguments. So there's a little bit more to it than just sort of intuition, if that makes sense. I already answered that. Yes, critical thinking is something you have to do for the other two exams as well. Hence, it is useful to prepare for the executive assessment or the GMAT to prepare for the INSEAD assessment. The executive assessment and GMAT both call their sections or their question types critical reasoning. On the INSEAD assessment, it's called critical thinking. And here's what a practice question would look like. So you see a short passage. It's really an argument of usually one sentence, sometimes 2 or 3 sentences, and you use that argument to answer the following question. In this case, you're asked to weaken the argument. There's some key things to know about how to weaken an argument. You may be able to get the right answer just on intuition, and yet there are some other things that may be helpful for you to know. So check out my solution video to this question as well. Which brings us to the third section of the INSEAD assessment. It's called data interpretation. It is delivered through standard mathematical logic questions and linked mini business case questions. It's sort of a weird way of describing it, but basically there are 2 question types. One is called data sufficiency. I'll show you an example of that. And the other is you're going to be interpreting graphs and charts and tables and answering questions about that. In other words, as the title of the question type would suggest, data interpretation, you're looking at data in some sort of a graphical format, and you're pulling information from that and answering questions accordingly. Very helpful, obviously, to know how to do that because you're going to do a lot of that in business school. Yes, this skill is also tested on the other 2 exams we've talked about. The executive assessment tests it in their integrated reasoning section, and also data sufficiency questions that are part of the quant section of the EA. On the GMAT, it's actually very similar to the INSEAD assessment because they're grouped together in the same section called Data Insights. But again, all the same stuff, generally the same skills, and even the same question formats for the most part as what you will see on the INSEAD assessment. Here are 2 examples for you. The first is that data sufficiency sort of subset. It looks like this. You get a short math question. What is the average of, in this case, 3 numbers, X, Y, and Z? But you're not actually answering that question. You're just deciding if you have enough information to answer that question, which is sort of a weird way of thinking about math. And you're given 2 statements. And maybe the information in those statements are sufficient for answering the question. Maybe they're not. Maybe you need both statements. Maybe one statement alone is sufficient. And so that's what we're doing with data sufficiency questions on the data interpretation section. The second question type are the graphs and charts and graphical information types of questions I was telling you about. You see it here. In this case, there are actually 2 different graphs. You're going to need to pull information from both graphs to answer this question. This is sort of a run-of-the-mill math question, multiple choice, but to answer it again, you need to pull information from the graphs and charts. Press pause, give it a try if you want. Post your answer in the comments below. I'll confirm or deny whether or not you got the right answer. But again, I answer this question in detail, sort of on the back end if you want that. And finally, the fourth question type on the INSEAD assessment is called data analysis. Data analysis questions ask you to determine a certain value. What does that mean? These are just your run-of-the-mill math questions. You will have all the information within the question to determine that value, and you may have to use some basic algebra, arithmetic, statistics, data analysis to solve some of these questions. And yes, this is also tested on the EA and the GMAT exam. They call this section problem solving. Again, your run-of-the-mill math questions like you see here. A simple word problem. The selling price of a chair is blah, 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 blah. Hopefully you can answer the question. And if you can, you choose from one of the 5 multiple choice answers. You get the correct one and you move on. So that's what you're in store for on the INSEAD assessment, the 4 different sections of the exam, what the questions look like. And now the question becomes, how do you prepare for it? And I call it the success triad. This is the same triad of success that will help you whether or not you take the executive assessment or the GMAT exam, or in this case, the INSEAD assessment. And by the way, it's the same 3 core components that lead to mastery of anything. If you're trying to learn a musical instrument or become a better painter, learn to play, whatever it is, a sport, if you're learning to play golf, it's sort of the interplay among these 3 core components to create mastery. So this is what I want you to have in mind as you're preparing for the INSEAD assessment. You're going to need to learn some content. You're going to need to learn strategy. And of course, you are going to have to practice. Let's drill down into each of these briefly. In terms of the content, you've already seen some of it in question format, but you are going to have to learn some math. Brush off those math cobwebs, I call it. It may be have been a while since you've been in a classroom and seen the type of math tested on the INSEAD assessment. So basic algebra, arithmetic, statistics, we already talked about that. Some data analysis, logic certainly comes into play on the critical thinking questions, graphs and charts. Make sure you do know how to read data from graphs and charts. Reading comprehension, increase the amount you're reading between now and test day. That will pay dividends, etc. So you need to brush up on some of the content. How do you do that? Well, you can certainly do it on your own. Seek out different sources to learn that content, or as we've already talked about, study for the executive assessment or the GMAT exam. Our courses, for example, prepare you for all of it. We have a comprehensive, thorough math review in both of our courses that will cover all of the algebra and underlying math concepts that you may have forgotten. We teach how to analyze arguments. It's all covered in a course that will help prepare you for the INSEAD assessment as well. The second component of the triad is often overlooked, and it is the strategy component, right? So you might know how to do the stuff. If I were to give you an hour to do 10 questions, okay, you can maybe do that. But what if you have the time constraints and time's ticking away? You need to get right answers more efficiently. That's strategy. And so I would encourage you to seriously consider learning what I call non-standard math strategies. By the way, I teach you a cool one in the explanation for that problem-solving question that we talked about earlier. But there's some other great strategies as well to arrive at a right answer, sometimes in non-traditional ways. Your goal is to get a right answer, as I always tell my students, not to make your high school algebra teacher happy. So definitely think about reasoning your way to right answers, coming at questions in non-traditional ways, and then time management is a big piece of doing well on the INSEAD assessment or any other standardized test as well. So that's all part of the strategy piece. And finally, practice. There's lots of sources of practice for you. You can start with the INSEAD assessment practice questions. There's a PDF that they provide you straight through their website. I'll link to it here as well. And you can sort of click on each of the question types and it gives you some more sample questions. I've pulled some of their practice questions for this video and you can complete the rest of them as well. So it's great practice, but if you want more, you can also seek out other official practice questions for the executive assessment or the GMAT exam. Certainly, if you're thinking of taking one of those other exams, that's where I would start for sure. Hundreds of official practice questions exist for those 2 exams, all relevant, by the way, for the INSEAD assessment. Remember that you have about 2 minutes per question, right? That's the way that math works out. If you're going to have 15 questions per 30-minute section, about 2 minutes per question. I always tell my students, don't worry about time management when you're learning the content. Take as long as you need to remember how to do averages and weighted averages and solve for X and all the stuff you may have forgotten. But eventually you do want to practice with that, that timer ticking away so that you can get familiar with really the time pressure of completing 15 questions in 30 minutes in the case of the INSEAD assessment. And then remember, there is the oral component of the INSEAD assessment. So prepare some practice interview questions, delivering case studies, prepare for the oral section of the exam as well. And in closing, I would share this testimonial that one of my students, James Wright from Canada, sent me after sitting for the executive assessment, because I think it's relevant for you as well. He starts by saying, it had been a long time since I had seen a lot of the content tested on the EA. And that's maybe your story as well. Often when students are going back to school for an executive MBA, you've been out of school for a long time. And I just want to encourage you and affirm to you that you can do this. I see it all the time. Students who come to me and say, I'm terrible at algebra. Do I have any hope? It's been forever since I've been in school. Help me. Like, you can get up to speed. Everything on the INSEAD assessment, or by the way, the executive assessment or GMAT exam, if you decide to take those, everything is learnable. You can learn it. I can teach it to you. I promise you, because I've done it. I've seen it with literally tens of thousands of students for over a decade now. He said, but with Dominate Test Prep's course, I was literally able to dominate the EA in just 4 weeks. Guys, it doesn't have to take long. 4 weeks, he was able to get a score of 161, which, by the way, is a great score on the EA, all thanks to Brett's fantastic prep materials. This prep was worth every penny and hour I put into it. Can I give this course 10 stars out of 5?
Thank you, James, for that. And James is exactly right. It doesn't have to take long to increase your content knowledge and your capacity to do well on the INSEAD assessment, or in James's case, the executive assessment, or the GMAT exam. So head over to dominatetestprep.com for our comprehensive courses for the executive assessment or the GMAT exam to help you prepare for the INSEAD assessment. Now you know exactly what you're in store for. It's just a matter of sort of rolling up your sleeves, getting to work, learning a few things, practicing a little bit, and I'm confident that you will be prepared on test day to dominate whichever exam you end up taking and get accepted to INSEAD or any other executive MBA program of your choice. I'll look forward to working with you. Head over to dominatetestprep.com and we will talk again soon.